once again, and welcome to the department. It is now 9:30. For record, my name is Noko Masipa. I'm the chairperson on the Standing Committee of Agriculture, Economic Development and Tourism. Today we are here to discuss the tabling of the Western Cape Appropriation Bill, which was retabled on the 3rd June 2025 for referral and consideration by the Standing Committee. What is important is that we deliberated extensively, honorable members. I hope that we will also be short this time around, just to finish on time. We've got only 30 minutes to really consider. I just want to also welcome the department, the entities and their CEOs and chairs. Before introduction of the department, I would like to ask Sharin if there are any apologies and if we correct before we proceed. Sharin?
Certainly, Chairperson. We do have a quorum, so we are able to proceed. 2 apologies received, one from Minister Meyer and one from Ms. Johnston, the HOD. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, the rules of engagement for video conferencing is that we are obviously on SMT. All microphones are to be muted at the beginning of the meeting to avoid background noises. Members to raise their hands option on MST. Members and officials that all video and sound must remain off in order to improve the quality of the connection. Only the speaker's video and microphones remains on. Participants must switch off their microphones and video once they have finished speaking. The meeting proceedings are being live streamed on YouTube. Technical assistance is available if there is any need for that. So I am going to introduce members that are with me instead of them introducing themselves so that we can really proceed quickly. With me is Khalid Brenkhuis. I'm also having Honorable Noel Constable, Honorable Bryant, Honorable Stoffel, Honorable Bombo, Honorable Dirk Wessel, Honorable Ngondlo. Is there anyone that I've left out? Going once, going twice, so I did not leave anyone behind. Honorable members, with regards to the department, we have got Mr. Tofi, the acting HOD from the department, together with the Chief Financial Officer, Ms. M. Abrams. Westgrow is headed by the chairperson, Shelley Zinn. Welcome, Dr. Shelley Zinn, and the CEO, Ronald Stanner. Saldanha Bay Industrial Development Zone is headed by Ndade Sitole, the Acting Chief Executive Officer, whereas Atlanta's Special Economic Zone is headed by Mr. M. Cullinan, the Chief Executive Officer. So without further ado, I am going to hand over to Acting HOD, Mr. Tofi, to take us through and make the opening remark as such on behalf of the department and all the entities as such. Thank you, Mr. Tofi.
Honourable Chair, honourable members, thank you, and thank you for all of my colleagues from the management team who have joined from each of our entities, Westgrow, Freeport and Atlantis, and our CFO and the rest of my management team. Honourable Chair, I have just 3 minutes, 5 slides that I'd like to present in terms of just retabling the budget. As nothing has changed since our last detailed time that we presented the budget and were able to respond to any questions. Can I do so briefly?
Yes, please go ahead, sir. Thank you.
So since the last time when we presented the budget, there have been no changes, so it really is standard. There we go. So this is our budget ask for 25-26. nothing has changed since our last engagement, since the Blue Book remains unchanged, and our total budget ask for next year remains at 515,000 Rand. As you know, the importance of this budget for the next year is we are finally able to completely deliver on both our PSP priority of growth for jobs and individually into each of the priority focus areas which we lead, supported very much by other provinces whose budgets you also would have seen. This is the basic breakdown of the budget into our various programs. Once again, as you can see, this remains unchanged. And lastly, within our designation, of course, is the allocations to our entities who support us on delivering our mandate. So our allocation to Wesgro, Atlanta Special Economic Zone, Freeport Saldanha, and a couple of other earmarked allocations for projects. Honourable Chair, essentially that is our budget, and we remain on standby for any questions right now. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Acting HOD. I think for record purpose, maybe just correct the noting of the finance. You said 500 and odd thousand. I don't think it's 500 and odd thousand. Maybe just restate that in terms of the total budget.
Yes, that was an error, of course. Apologies. It's 515 million as our voted ask for budget. Thank you very much, Chair, for the record.
Thank you, Acting HOD. Honourable members, there you have it. Are there any questions or any remarks that honourable members might want to make? Honourable Gondlo.
Thank you, Chair. My name is Member Nkondlo, member of this committee. Since Chair, because of time, you had to skip that and speak on our behalf. Chair, I just want to check with the HOD retabling the same budget. One asked the Minister of Finance, I think after the tabling, the formal tabling in the House, about the issue of the SMME Booster Fund, which was an issue that was raised during the initial budget, the first budget, when it was presented on the 27th of March. And I think that matter did serve in the committee. We did raise it, some of us. And I'm sure there would also have been comments received by the department during the budget debates. That even with that, the department still believes, there is no need for it of a rethink, particularly on the SMME Booster Fund within this plus 500 million rands to service the small businesses that were benefiting from this program. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you, Honourable Gondlo. Are there other hands? No other hands. Over to you, Acting HOD.
Thank you, Chairperson. Thank you for the question, Honourable Member Nkondlo. Currently, right now, Member Nkondlo, as you would be aware, all of our budgets are being rethought. In fact, one of the big projects for this year is we will be, in the fourth quarter of this year, we'll be completing a detailed township and informal economy strategy, as well as an enterprise development strategy for the department, which flows from the priorities of the Growth for Jobs program. So in all of our areas, there's a substantial review of the impact of various of our programs. For this year, we will still be following through with payments that are due to SMME booster recipients from the previous year, but we have not currently restarted the booster fund. There are other ways in which we are supporting through partnerships with national governments, through partnerships in our other programs where we are supporting SMMEs in line with the Growth for Jobs strategy. But there has not been a rethink or a retabling of SME Booster Fund as a 25-26 funded project at this stage.
Thank you, Acting HOD. I see your hand is up again, Honourable Gondlo. Is it a follow-up?
Yes, Chair.
Okay, over to you.
Thank you. Acting HOD, maybe help me understand. On one hand, you are saying there is a broad rethink of budgets, but you are saying the SMME Booster Fund would not be or has not been reviewed as per inputs that were provided by members, because my take is the reason why the executive comes to the legislative sector is to actually present and allow the legislative sector to give inputs for consideration, and this is the same principle with the budget. So you're saying to me, even against what was raised, and I think that reality, as you are still explaining that you are engaging national and this, still demonstrate that the business case for funding of small businesses remains. But despite that, as a department, you've chosen not to reconsider in this 2025-26 budget, bringing back the SMME Booster Fund. So that is what you have chosen as the department, to ignore those inputs that we have made around the fund. Because when we ask the minister, he says, it's not them who have cut the fund, it's the department, so we must come and ask you. So I'm asking you at this particular point. And secondly, Chair, I would like to understand from the Freeport Saldanha, what has happened to the skills center? I remember when we visited there was still a process. What has happened? Is it covered in this particular budget? Since it was at the time we visited, there were indications of some challenges of that particular project. So if I can also be answered on that one. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much, Honorable Ngonto. I'm not going to answer on behalf of the department, but if I recall, is that the resolutions that we made from Freeport Saldanha were distributed to all members in terms of those questions that were asked. And if I recall, the department did outline, how they are aiming to support that skills development, what partnership they have entered into. But over to the department, and obviously Freeport Saldanha will also answer on that one. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairperson. Honourable Member Nkondlo, I just want to reiterate that the feedback received from this committee is entirely taken into account. We are currently doing a thorough independent review of the impact of the Booster Fund. And as I said, during this year, as we develop a complete SMME enterprise development strategy, we would like to then deploy various modalities to support SMMEs. We think it's an absolute priority. Our new organogram reflects that we would like to implement. But for this year, we have made the decision strategically to not restart the program in this current year until that review and rethink is complete, so that a new budget ask will be in place when we reach MTech, our next budget ask. I'd like to just ask if a colleague from Freeport Saldanha would like to, Herman, I'm seeing you present. I'm not sure if your acting CEO is present. But could you indicate by raising your hand if a colleague from Freeport could respond to the question asked by Member Nkondlo, please?
Thank you. Honorable Chair, my name is Tola Stole. I am present as the interim CEO. And I'd like Herman to respond immediately, and then I'll add some context if required further, who's looking after our human resources. Herman?
Thank you, Mr. Stole. Honourable members, after our last engagement with the Standing Committee on the funding required for the Skills Centre, we have looked at our budget internally and also have earmarked some funds that we could use from our own resources that we can allocate to the Skills Centre in the interim for a short-term period, and that will allow us to find more suitable solutions going forward. And we are in the process of really working hard, looking for a solution as we are prioritizing it, and we are making sure that it is sustainable going forward. We it is at the utmost priority to find a solution, and we're very adamant to find a solution for it, as we believe it's very important for the region. Thank you, Honourable Chair.
Thank you, Chairperson, and Mr. Sitola. Thank you very much. Chair, back to you.
That is Tole.
No. Thank you, Chair. I think Herman has clarified where we are in the process. In fact, we do have a deadline for the end of June to find and complete a more sustainable, business plan for integrating the development programs and the skills development elements for this financial year and beyond. But as you reported, we are seized with the engagements with the various strategic partnerships who are supportive of this. We are confident that the solution will be implemented. Thanks.
Thank you, honourable members. There you have the report. I see no any other hands. Can we move to the next part of the agenda, which is the consideration and adoption of the draft committee report on Vote 12, Economic Development and Tourism, in the schedule to the Western Cape Appropriation Bill. So in terms of Rule 90, the minority view can be expressed, but as such, at the request of the members constituting the minority, it will be reflected in the committee report. So I just want to request those that are in support of the report to raise their hands. I see Honourable Wenzel, I see Honourable Ngondlo, Honourable Constable.
Sorry, Chair, I think you meant Honourable Mbombo.
I don't have my hand up, Chair.
Oh, apologies, Honourable Mbombo, sorry, not Ngondlo, and Honourable Bryant. Do you have the names in that order, Shireen?
Yes, Chairperson, you just need to vote as well.
Apologies. My hand is also up. So you noted us all?
I have, Chairperson, thank you.
Thank you. Colleagues, you can lower your hands. Still one hand up. In support, still standing. Honourable Bryant. Member Bryant. Thank you. Those not in support? I note Honourable Brinkhays and Honourable Ngondlo. Honourable Brinkhays and Honourable Ngondlo. I note Honourable Stoffel. Honourable Stoffel, you are an alternate. Are you raising your hand on a point of order?
No, Chair. No, Chair.
Okay, so as such, you cannot vote. So the yes and the support has it. I'm going to now read the report into record. The report of the Standing Committee on Agriculture, Economic Development and Tourism on Vote 12, Economic Development and Tourism in the schedule to the Western Cape Appropriation Bill B42025, dated 4 June 2025, reads as follows. The Standing Committee on Agriculture, Economic Development and Tourism, having considered the subject of Vote 12, Economic Development and Tourism in the schedule to the Western Cape Appropriation Bill B42025, referred to it in accordance with the Standing Rule 188, reports that it supports the vote. In accordance with the Standing Rule 90, the African National Congress and Al-Jamaa expressed their minority view to not support the report or the vote. Thank you. Thank you, honorable members. The department, acting HOD, thank you also very much. You are welcome to really depart or leave the room. And really thank you for honoring the invite. You are welcome to leave. Yeah, and then we will be looking at the resolutions going forward.
Thank you, Honourable Chair and members, and thank you for all of my colleagues for joining. Take care.
Thank you. Honourable Ngondlo, is that hand for a legacy hand? Stoffel, is that a legacy hand? Okay. So, honourable members, in terms of resolutions, are there any resolutions? Honourable Stoffel?
No, Chair, I don't know why my hand is up.
Okay.
Sorry, Chair.
All right. Noted. Honourable Ngondlo, any resolutions from your side?
Thank you, Chair. 2 resolutions. One, I would like to request that Freeport Saldanha provides us a report by the end of June, as they indicated that by then they would have completed this sustainable strategy about the skills center, but also to indicate to us what is the status of the center now. Are the learners, is the training taking place in the center currently? 2, Chair, on the SMME Booster Fund, I would request that the very thing that the acting HOD was raising, that they are busy with the impact assessment of the SMME Booster Fund before they reactivate or relaunch the program. If we could get a report about the progress of the impact assessment and finally the report of that impact assessment. Thank you so much.
Noted. Thank you. Honourable members, are there any other resolutions from your side? Going once, going twice, going thrice. Have you noted the resolutions, Shireen?
I have, Chairperson.
Right. Thank you very much, honourable members. This is the last deliberation for the day. Have a lovely afternoon. See you tomorrow, those who are attending the other committee meeting.